Shout out to my plug, she stay anonymous. I took all these perkies, don't want to feel my heart again. Talk about my music, know I put my heart in it. If you ain't got a bag for me, can't play part in it. No. Talk about my city, know that I'm the heart of it. Know the music scene out here, I done started it. You can hate on me, all you wanna stop in this. When they hear this new flow, they gon' copy this shit. Keep that eye on me, nigga.
Out the sky is the limit.
It won't take a light, yeah, to get my buzz right,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 14 of the hashtag Why Is This News podcast. Hopefully my camera does not mess up because I had to record this podcast again because it shut off on me. I apologize if I'm shaking up and down throughout the video. I'll probably edit those parts out, but just to make sure my camera is still rolling, but because I don't want to have to re-record this again. But we have 3 albums we're going to review today. I'm about to go through it and review them again. And also, we're going to talk about the firing that happened this morning with Brooklyn Nets former head coach Kenny Atkinson. But we're going to start with King Von Le'Veon James. This album title is very, very interesting because, you know, I am a Steelers fan, and Le'Veon Bell left my Pittsburgh Steelers. So I feel a little something, not as much as I feel about the other Steeler that left. I'm not even going to talk about it. But nevertheless, Le'Veon James, obviously the James is for LeBron James as well. So, 16 songs on this album. Let's go through it song for song. Something Else is a decent song. Took Her to the O. I like this song a lot. If you guys have not seen the music video for Took Her to the O, you need to go watch it. It is hilarious. On Your Ass featuring G Herbo is probably the most hype track. And I'm not talking about hype as far as like the feature on this track, because I still feel like maybe YNW Melly as at this point right now is maybe more popular than the G Herbo right now. But this is hyped up, like the beat is hyped up, like everything about this song gets you hyped. 2 a.m. is probably still, even after listening to this album fully, it's still probably my favorite song on the album. This song released like, I think last year, actually. This song released last year. I like this song a lot. Down Me featuring Lil Durk. Like this song. Self-explanatory. Like this song. No issues with it whatsoever. Anything with Lil Durk. If you guys don't know, he's one of my top 2 favorite artists in the game right now. Just me personally favorite artist. Not saying he's the best. And I would never say he's the best, but he's personally my favorite. Rolling with YNW Melly. I believe this is another song that released earlier before the album. Did not like this song. Did not like this song at all. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm a little bit down on YNW Melly because of his case and the stuff that he's done in the past and stuff like that. I don't know if that's the reason why I kind of hold a grudge against his music. I don't know. But I just overall was just not a fan of this song. Same As Us is just an okay song. Message featuring Italy Chopper. I like this song a lot. A lot of energy on the song. Italy Chopper on the song. It's obviously going to have some energy on it. Broke Ops, just an okay song. Trust Issues, I do not like this song because I don't think this is the lane I like to hear King Von in. I think Lil Durk is much better at this singing than he is, for sure. I wouldn't say, that would be one thing I would say King Von you need to improve on is, you're learning from one of the better ones in the game in Lil Durk. Lil Durk, he's going to help you tone your voice and stuff like that. So I'm sure you're going to get better at it. But for this track with Young and AC, another copycat NBA Youngboy, there's a lot of them. It's just okay. Don't Wanna Be Me, just okay. Block is a good song. Straight featuring T Grizzly. I'm disappointed by this song. I thought this song, when I saw T Grizzly and King Von, I'm like, oh shit, that song gonna be crazy. And I was disappointed by it. I was not as impressed as I thought I was gonna be with that song. So I had my expectations a little bit too high for that song, maybe. I don't know. But I was disappointed with that one. 3 a.m. now, go from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. This is one thing that I will say about King Von that I think will help him blow up even bigger than what he is now. He is very good at storytelling. He's very good at it in rapping. Not a whole lot of rappers possess that skill. And the thing is, King Von didn't even grow up wanting to be a rapper. He was in jail and other stuff. He decided to try rapping, and Lord and behold, he was actually good at it, and it became something. But I think this is King Von's best attribute as an artist. His storytelling. Now, the stories he tells are very, very interesting. You wonder, is he incriminating himself? You wonder, or is it stuff that he did in the past and it's all over with? But he is very good at it. And this is another one of those 3 a.m. is like the story of I can't remember the name of the track he's done with Little Durk, the like stories, the 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. He's very good at those. Begats featuring Little Durk and Buka 600. Buka 600, another Little Durk artist, a part of the OTF family. This song I like a lot. And then See Me Make It is just an okay song. So overall, this album is okay, is decent. I would expect King Von to improve. He's getting bigger. You just wonder when is that big time hit. Like the stories have done very, very well for him, but I wouldn't say they've been hits yet. But we shall see what King Von does in the upcoming future. Next album we are going to get into, and that is Megan Thee Stallion's Suga. Sugar, she spelled it sugar. 9 tracks. This album surprised me a little bit. And obviously, first of all, Meg Thee Stallion's from Houston. I'm from Houston, so I'm always gonna rep Houston anytime I can with our artists, stuff like that. Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott, Beyonce. It goes forth on and on and on. This was a heavily West Coast influenced album, which surprised me. That surprised me a lot. Ain't Equal, like a lot. First 3 songs, Ain't Equal, Savage, and Captain Hook. Especially Captain Hook. I like those songs a lot. Captain Hook I like especially because she had the little sword effect in the background of the instrumental of the song. I like that. That is creative and stuff like that. I haven't really heard too many people do that kind of instrumental and like use a sword swinging as like he used the instrumental of a song like that, like inconsistently throughout the song. Like you may have heard it like an effect or two or something like that, like so slicing someone's throat or something like that. But like for the entire song, that's creative. This is when I don't like Megan Thee Stallion, is when she does her singing tracks. Hit My Phone with Kehlani. This is a West Coast, a very old school West Coast. I'm not sure exactly what sample she used for this track, but I'm not a big fan of it. Kehlani fit perfectly on this track. Megan Thee Stallion did not. I do not want Megan Thee Stallion singing tracks. This album told me that I do not want that. BITCH, that song came out before with Helluva. Helluva was producing on a lot of these beats. If you guys don't know Helluva, he came up with T Grizzly. That's how T Grizzly, first day out, Helluva Beat produced that song. T Grizzly used him. He's like, that's like his guy. Like, but some producers come up with like an artist, and that's how they become big and they start doing songs with other artists, stuff like that. Like Tay Keith, he did a song with Black Boy JB, and now Tay Keith works with everybody. Metro did songs with Future, and now he works with everybody. So yeah, it kind of goes like that. Rich, like a lot. Stop Playing is a hard no. Again, singing, no, not for me. Crying in the Car, again, no, not for me. What I Need, I like. And yeah, that is it. Only 9 songs. It almost feel like an EP. As you guys know, Megan Thee Stallion had her label issues. I actually didn't even talk about that. Her label issues where she wanted to get out of her contract. Now, I somewhat this is some part where I disagree with Megan on this, where she's saying that she wanted out of her contract because she was only getting paid like $10,000 to sign with them and stuff like that. And I'm like, But Megan, you weren't as big as you were then. You blew up out of no. Came up probably like a year or two now ago. Probably is what we're on right now. And you're a college student at Prairie View A&M. You're a college student there before you blew up, and now you go to, I think you go to Texas Southern or something like that. And for you to not read that saying that you didn't read the contract, I've seen it so many times. We've seen it with Uzi. That's the reason why this album that we got took so long, because he had issues with the label and stuff like that. We've seen so many artists have issues with contracts because they didn't read the contract. People be so quick wanting to get a deal to try to make it out and make music and make big time music. Like, I understand it, but then when you get to that point where you get big and blow up, I mean, you have to understand that if you're blowing up, that person that you're signed with, you wanting to leave them, they're going to feel some type of way about you wanting to leave them, because you wanted to up and leave and go to Rock Nation immediately. Because Rock Nation, I mean, who doesn't want to be a part of Rock Nation? I mean, it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he's like one of the top 10 greatest artists of all time. So, like, you always want to be around something like that. You always want to be around something like that, influence and stuff like that. But in this case, I just seen it so many times to the point with label issues and stuff like that, to the point it's like, I don't have as much sympathy for these artists when they cry wolf about label issues. I just don't. Last album, and it's probably the most, I think, anticipated album that's going to come out this year, and that is Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal Atake. This album, I think I personally believe it's going to be the most hyped album this year. Other than maybe Kendrick Lamar's album, that's the only other album I think, even Drake's album, I don't think will be as hyped as this album. Because I believe this album is, before I recorded this, well, I recorded it earlier, but recording it again, I said in the previous recording that Lil Uzi Vert is expected to sell 325K first week. That is amazing. That is ridiculous. I did not know he was going to sell that much. I thought maybe 100K, pushing to a 200K maybe. Not 325K. Not that much first week. That is pop star numbers. That is the top of the line. Like, he might have the record this year. Like, it's gonna be hard to beat that. like that is amazing sales. But that tells you how big Lil Uzi Vert is. That really tells you how big of an artist this dude is. But let's go through the album. I'm not gonna lie. I tweeted out on Twitter. I was through the first 6 songs. Baby Pluto was good though. I do like Baby Pluto. Low Main was decent. But after that, Silly Watch, Pop, and especially You Better Move, I was not big fans of. And then Homecoming, I was just okay. I've seen a lot of people liking You Better Move. I don't understand that. I really don't understand how people like You Better. He's just saying the same thing over and over again. Like, I understand mumble rap. That's sometimes when mumble rappers do that, I'd be like, you lost me. You lost me. But when I was 6 songs in, like I said on Twitter, I was getting worried for Uzi. I was like, I don't know if this is it. We waited 3 years for this album. We were so hyped for this album. I hope this is not a disappointment. I was getting worried. I was like, because I like Uzi. But I was worried. I was like, this album might get trashed. But then I'm Sorry came on. I was like, okay. All right, that's the Uzi I know. Then Celebration Station came on. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Then Bigger Than Life came on. And then Chrome Heart Tags came on. Then Bust Me came on. I was like, okay. Pause, by the way. Big pause. Prices came on. Urgency featuring Sid. I don't know who this Sid person is, but my Uzi put us on to an artist. Uzi put us on to an artist that I believe this art. This I'm not sure if it's a he. I think it's a he or a she. I'm not 100% sure. But the singing, oh man, hey, Uzi put us on to an artist. Vanita, I like. Secure the Bag is a hard no for me. I do not like Secure the Bag. He fell off for that me on that one. And then P2, probably the most popular song on here because my man remade XO Tour Life. He remade XO Tour Life. He just added a couple different sounds to it, but he basically had the same flow, same kind of rhyme schemes. He just remade XO Tour Life and everyone get hyped because XO Tour Life is obviously Uzi's biggest song he's ever made. It's his biggest song ever, and he remade it part 2, P2 meaning part 2. So like, hey, Uzi knew what he was doing with that. That's smart. That's smart. Because I think Meek Mill did that on the outro with Little Snoop and French Montana on DC 4. Yeah, DC4. He did it on the outro song where he remade the Dreams and Nightmares, his biggest song, the intro, and he did it for the outro. You get it? Yeah, that was very smart. Fussle Shuffle obviously came out earlier. They got the dance to it and everything else to it. It's a decent song. And then That Way is probably still, even though the song came out last week, it's still probably my favorite song off this entire album. The remake of the the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys. I think. Let me make sure. Hold on. I'm about to look it up. Make sure. Probably Uzi about to come up everywhere now. But like, yeah. No, Backstreet Boys. I said Beastie Boys. I'm sorry. I knew. I said it wrong. Yeah, the Backstreet Boys remake that Uzi did. Yeah, he did his thing on that. Yeah, the album is very, very good. If you take those songs, like I said in the beginning, I'd say from Low Main all the way to Homecoming, you take those songs off the album, he might contend for album of the year. Honestly, he might contend for album of the year if you take those from 2 to 6 off the album. But overall, the album is very, very good. I would say it lived up almost to the hype. I wouldn't say it because it was a perfect album. If you took those 6 songs, it would completely live up the hype to me. But like those 5 or 6 songs, I'm like, I could have done without those. But other than that, I like the album a lot. I mean, people saying that mumble rap it shouldn't be at the top. Man, it's #1 album this year already. I mean, there's a couple of songs that I don't like. But like sales wise, it's already #1. And then come on, and y'all gotta stop the hate on the mumble rap. I mean, they're the ones out doing the selling. They are the ones doing the selling. Yeah, and then the last topic we're gonna get into some sports, and that is the firing of Brooklyn Nets former head coach Kenny Atkinson. Now, this firing surprised me. I did not see this firing coming. The Brooklyn Nets are currently right now, they are 28-34. I believe they are still the 7th seed or maybe the 8th seed right now in the playoffs right now. They have kind of underachieved a little bit, but there's reasons behind the reasons why they're underachieving. Kyrie Irving has only played 20 games this year. We all know Kevin Durant has not played at all this year. Their best players right now are probably Spencer Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert. Not taking anything away from them. They are good players, but they are not all-stars. They are not all-stars at all. You have those two that are probably, though they are starters that are a little bit above maybe a starter or something like that. They could maybe, if like they were the single player on the team, could maybe push for an all-star team one year. If they're like having that great of a year, I believe Dinwiddie pushed for an all-star team like a couple years ago. He pushed for it a little bit. But, I mean, like, overall, the talent on their team isn't, I mean, your 2 best players are not playing. And so you can't really tell what the Nets team really is right now. And I mean, Karis LeVert is fresh off, not even I think maybe like a week or so ago, going for 51 on on the Boston Celtics head top. I mean, my dad even texted me himself. He's looking like Michael freaking Jordan. Like this man was going off. And I'm surprised at this fight because Kenny Atkinson to me he's one of the more better coaches in the NBA. He really, really is. And that surprised me that he got fired. I don't know if there was an issue with maybe management. I don't know if Kyrie or KD had a disagreement with him or something. I don't know what the reason. I haven't seen any reasons why really they decided to fire him. They say they parted ways, but in reality they fired him. They always say that just to make it sound make it sound cool and make it sound like, oh, we didn't just kick him to the girl. We mutually agreed to part ways. Nah, there's something happened. That's why I said I'm still waiting to see what happened. Like something has to have happened in that locker room. Something had to have happened, unless they're just that disappointed in the fact that they're 28 and 34. But I'm like, isn't this kind of? I mean, I think they would have had a better record if Kyrie Irving was playing, but like. Did you expect much more than that? I mean, you're probably going to be a 7 or 8 seed. If you don't have Kyrie Irving, that's probably the best you could get with the amount of talent on the team. Like I don't understand it. I don't know if maybe they're setting up for maybe to hire Mark Jackson because his name gets thrown up in the air all the time about possible head coaching jobs. He is from New York, so maybe he mean take him to Brooklyn and go coach the Nets and not the Knicks. Because the Knicks are a whole mess right now with that whole Spike Lee thing going on. I mean, it just looks bad for the Knicks organization right now. Everyone wants Dolan to sell a team, and I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry, Knicks fans. I just don't see it happening. But that is going to do it for this episode number 14 of the #WhyIsThisNews podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments on SoundCloud, if you're listening to it on SoundCloud or on YouTube down below. You guys let me know what you guys think about Lil Uzi Vert's album, Megan Thee Stallion's album, King Von's album, and this abrupt firing of Kenny Atkinson. I am out. Peace.
I'm everywhere, you never there. Probably could get in touch with me cause I was in the air. Last time you see me, probably I was in that Panamera. I ain't gotta listen to no label, nigga, I'm in the clear. Probably that's why my new crib getting a chandelier. Shit that I did in 1 month, you probably need a year.